Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is w.i.t.c.h.aholic and my channel I talk about a lot of things, mostly my fandoms like Witch. So today I want to talk about what I would like to see in a Witch reboot. More general, I do want to make a video about specific things and plots, but I haven't developed that yet, so this is going to be more about like general things. So first, why a reboot? Because fans of all fandoms, we don't want reboots, right? We don't like them even if they're done well. We want the continuation of the story that we love so much, but sometimes you need a reboot. For example, which the cartoon show was good, but there was just too much differences, and it's like a alternate reality. And yes, whenever you adapt something, there will be changes, but certain changes are expected, but when it just gets too much, yeah, it's not so good. And in the case of Witch, there's just too many changes. Again, it felt like an alternate universe. Also, the comics, a lot of things just don't make so much sense. So I think a reboot is good to make everything make sense and explain. Actually, I have two videos going over things that don't make sense in the comics, and I want to make a lot more. So that's why this needs a reboot, in my opinion. Though, I also would like to see again something about Chicken and the previous Guardians and so much, but other things. But at the same time, I do want to reboot. So I do want to say first that I actually read that Disney has been trying to reboot Witch as part of the Marvel Universe. They've been trying for years and is maybe still trying. I am a Marvel fan, so I think it would be cool, especially if it's in the MCU, but at the same time, they are two different universes, so it'd be kind of strange, I think. Also, yeah, they do need to first establish, like, what continuity it is, and, like, make everything clear. Also, it would probably be weird for Marvel fans who don't know about Witch to just have these characters they never heard of in there. Also, ever since Fate, the Wings Saga came out, so many people have been comparing it to Witch and saying that Netflix should have just adapted Witch because that is much darker. So now I'm kind of interested in how Netflix will adapt Witch, but obviously I only want them to do it if they'll be much more faithful to the original, and of course they need to keep it still family friendly. It's still something aimed at children. Also, us adult fans don't want that to be changed. So I would just love to. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they could do a good job if they took it seriously. What do you guys think? I'd love to know. And so, as to how I would want a reboot to go, first, I think it should still be animated, because it's just better at showing the powers and things. But the design should still be based on the comics, because it's just so gorgeous. And I think the original authors should be a part of it, because they're the original authors and they were screwed over by Disney. So they definitely should be part of it. And I think the people who wrote the DuckTales reboot should write it, because they did a pretty good job of it. Like, it was something new, but it still felt a lot like the original. So I think they would be good. writers a job. Also, I love the Disney shows that come out like Amphibia or Owl House. I feel that also maybe those writers would be good because just like it's very good. Besides being unique, like the magic, the world is developed, makes sense. But since the people who wrote DuckTales actually made a reboot, I think they would be better. So that's who I think should write it. I mean, again, I think Greg Weisman did a pretty good job on the second season, but again, there's just so many changes, so I don't know. Now, as for the characters, I want to talk a bit. So yes, just like the animation should be like the comics, definitely the characters and personalities should be like the comics. Will though, the few exceptions, like Will in the comics, she's just like a bit too, like, I don't know. I mean, I think like her friend with her mother and things felt a bit too over the top. I don't know, maybe they should tone it down a bit. I mean, like, yeah, her parents just got divorced and stuff. Her friends didn't treat her, but like so well. But I don't know. Maybe they should make her a mix between her and her cartoon self. Irma, I mean, was pretty much the same in both, and she's the best and the funniest. But her and Cornelia, when they fight, I mean, it's funny, but it's just like we get no explanation as to why. Like, they're still best friends, but just their bickering is just like, why? What is with? I definitely would want that explained in the reboot. If they're bickering a lot, just, in the first episode, just, to have like a comment, oh, they've been like this ever since, whatever. That'd be great. And Tarani, I think also she should be a mixture of comics and cartoon. Because the comics, while she was, shy and things, like she got over it. And then the cartoon, she's just is ridiculous. She even said she gets woozy in high heels. Like, what? No. But also in the cartoon, we see more like she's actually like the smart one. In the comics, I see also like she's the smart one, but I don't think it's really shown. So I think it should be a mixture. She should be like her normal, like at first shy self, but then gets more confident. But also, like, we get to see, why she is the smart one and stuff. Though I do have to say, just because someone is smart doesn't mean they know everything. So if they, and of course, right, that doesn't mean all the other girls are stupid. They all have their moments. But if Tarani is the one who's coming up with most of the ideas about things, then I want that to be shown, like, why. How does she know that? Like, in the cartoon, she told them, like, how to attract lightning to make it. So, if she does that in the reboot, I want to know, like, how she knows that. Maybe they went over it in science class or something. In general, when there's smart characters, I want to know why they know that. So yes, Tarani should be mostly like her comic self, but yes, I would like to see, why exactly she's the smart one. If she comes up with ideas, why does she know those things? Cornelia, again, the comics, she should be like her comics part. But one thing that was really puzzling was that we actually see in the beginning like weird things are happening to her and her friends, and she knows that. But when they get totally have powers, she like doesn't believe it at all. Like what? Like she actually said in the beginning, like she thought to herself, like after Helen told her what Irma, did in class, we see her think to herself, she should see what I can do. So she should be, not as skeptical. And as for Helen, yes, she should be. Again, yeah, she's like pretty much the same in both versions. But in the comics, she does wear goggles a lot as headbands, and that's also something that's not explained. And I just want to know an explanation. Again, it could be just a comment. Oh, yeah, she always did this because, I just want to know why. Also, I assume she knows Chinese. Again, just things like that. I would want to know if she knows Chinese or not, and things. And like we actually learned like she could like sew her own clothes. Like again, it's possible, but like she's 12 or 13, so like I don't know. I guess if she started for a few years, so I just like, confirmation if she's actually sewing her own clothes. I would like to know, like, because, she's been doing it for a while, so now she could do it, you know? So, yeah. And as for their families, again, it's pretty much the same. Though, it's not really clear, though, when Will's parents got divorced, at first it seems like it was, like, right before Will and her mother moved to Heatherfield, but then later on, it seemed like when they got divorced when she was younger. So I don't know. I have like a clear timeline. Also, like it's not exactly clear, like why. I mean, yeah, we see Thomas is not such a good person. Seems he likes to gamble, but yeah, I would like that to be explained. Also, speaking about Thomas Vandom, it's like it's just out of nowhere. Like he's not just bad person. It's like he is just so slimy. He threatens to take Will away so Susan would pay him. It's like, like I think they should tone him down a bit. You know, he should be a little more like his cartoon part. Also by Susan, like it's not really said exactly what her job is. So yes, I would like that to be explained. Also, she's obviously like an ethnic minority, but again, it doesn't say. So yeah, if you are gonna obviously depict your character as, ethnic, you should explain what. Again, it doesn't have to be a whole exposition dump, just like in a passing remark. Like, oh, your grandparents. I don't know, something that would explain, oh, she's Hispanic or something. I don't know. I think of her as Hispanic because in someone's fan fiction, I think. No, no, it wasn't her, but I don't know. I just think of her as Hispanic, but she could be Middle Eastern. Again, I just want that to be explained. Also, speaking of her, I actually saw some people say that she looks a lot like young Narissa, and maybe she's her mother. And in a fanfiction I saw, someone made Narissa Hispanic, so that's why I think of Susan as Hispanic, because I just like that idea. Again, that would be so cool. Again, more about that very soon. I'm gonna go over the others. Irma, um, again, I've actually seen a lot of people think of her as Latina or Hispanic. Why? Like, they don't speak Spanish at all? Like, like why? Like, for fan fiction, okay, but it's just so weird. I mean, if they actually make her Latina or Hispanic, like, I guess it'll be fine, but, like, I don't know, people shouldn't be race swapped or gender swapped or anything, and it's just like, how would you think that? Now, we also see later that Anna's actually her stepmother, but it's just like it seems to come out of nowhere. So, like, again, like, it is canon, but, like, it's, like, not really explained. So, like, I don't know. Like, maybe they should keep, maybe they should make Anna be her regular mother. So, like, I don't know, this thing, I don't know. Like, again, I wanted things to be as much based on the comics as much as possible. But for this, it just feels like, I mean, like, we don't really know anything about her mother, so, like, why not? Like, I don't know. I love to hear what you guys think. Tarani also, like, we find out much later in the 7th arc that she was adopted, but we don't find out anything else, like, about her parents. There's no, she doesn't even meet her parents in the comics, and it's just like, why? Like, why? Why can't she just be Lionel's and Peter's Lionel's and Teresa's biological daughter? You know, like, again, it's canon that she was adopted, but it's like, I don't know. Also, again, Teresa looks like she's Asian, but it's never said, so I want that explained. Again, Cornelia, as again, she should be like the comic. And by the way, she is wealthy, and but I don't think it says exactly what her father does. Something with the bank, but I don't know. I just like that explained. Also about in the cartoon, her sister Lillian is the heart of Earth. So I don't know, I like that idea. I don't know if it'll fit in the reboot. The hearts in general, I don't know if it'll fit. But I think that'd be a cool idea, again, if they can make it make sense and make it, fit in the context. And again, Halen, again, it should be the same as the reboot. But as for grandmother, like, I don't know. It's canon that she died, but at the same time, it'll be great if she was alive because she could actually help them and give them advice. So, like, I don't know. Though it's not like she helped them much when she was alive. So, like, in the comics. So, I don't know. There's also, like, I don't know. Like she's the only one who doesn't have a sibling. And, like, by Will, it's understandable, I guess, because her parents got divorced. And it seems like before that they were fighting. But I would like to see Helen have a sibling. Just because, so why not? But I guess it'd be kind of weird to have that in a reboot. Okay. Now, I think I'll probably end it here because I don't know how long I could record. But anyway, so that's what I think about the characters. So I'll make one, maybe two more videos about the plot and stuff. I don't know really what my schedule is, but I do try to post at least once a week. So stay tuned. Oh, and if you like this video on my others, please subscribe and comment. See you next time.